Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Down to Earth Gardening and Design, and today we have a great video for you on this beautiful dwarf evergreen shrub. And I will say that if you're looking for a shrub that is low maintenance and hardy and beautiful all year long, this is the one for you. So I'm going to tell you in the video about this beauty, and then at the end of the video I'm just going to give you a few design ideas and tell you about how I'm using it here in my garden. So this here is a dwarf Colorado spruce. It's Picea pungens globosa. And this has been here a good 10 years now. So I live in Connecticut. It's cold, it's winter right now. And what I will tell you is this shrub here is in the front of my house and it gets very little, if any, attention, very neglected area. And in fact, you may have seen this shrub in our drought resistant shrubs, our favorite drought resistant shrubs that we put out a couple of years ago. So I love it. I use it a lot, but I've got it here in my front garden that does not have irrigation. It's not a convenient spot for me to water. So it is drought resistant. And I always tell my clients and everyone how much I love it because it is so low maintenance. So no pruning is necessary. Now, once in a while, if you see something that's kind of out of place, you can snip it off. And of course, you can selectively prune it to shrink it down if you don't like that it's getting too big for the space. So it does get about 3 feet tall when it's mature to 4 feet wide. And I always like to measure in the field and show you because that's just on average. So when you're planting it, you really should plan to give it enough room. But like I said, you can shrink it down a little by selectively pruning. And I say selectively because this is a very informal shrub, although I think you could use it in formal gardens too in combination with some other shrubs. But when you prune it, you just go and you pick out the branches that are kind of out of place. And I can show you that in another video because I may do that in another one that I have on the side here, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So been here 10 years, and you can see here that it is about 2.5 feet, coming in at maybe tops 30 inches. And it is a little more than 4 feet wide. So it is a very slow grower. That's one of the downfalls if you're looking for the mature size in it. It grows about 1 to 6 inches a year, so slow growth. So if you want something a little more mature, you might want to invest in a bigger shrub to start. But with that said, I think another downfall of this shrub is it is a little pricier. But in my opinion, it's such a great investment because of its hardiness, its low maintenance qualities, and the fact that there really isn't any shearing. So let me show you the other one that I have over here because the size and the shape is a little bit different. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these out front here. And this one here is also coming in at 4 feet wide. And about 3.5 feet tall. So the reason why I wanted to bring you over here is it's getting a little crowded. So I've got my Bobo Hydrangea next to it. And I think this year I'm either going to selectively prune this to shrink it down a little, or I'm going to move the Bobo because that will transplant a lot easier. So now I did transplant these when they were established here for only about a year. I don't advise it. They don't transplant well. I did it when they were relatively new and they were in another area that is now my vegetable bed. So I can show you a quick picture that I did it in the spring and it was very rainy that spring and I really paid attention to it to get settled. So although I say they're drought resistant, you do have to really water them to get them settled. They do best in a full sun location. This gets a ton of morning sun, so I would say a little more than a half day sun here. But honestly, just a stunning shrub that is vibrant all 4 seasons here. So I do want to talk a little bit about design. And what I have here is I kind of have a mixed foundation planting and they really pop with some of my other shrubs. But you could also use it in a formal planting, as I said, a cottage garden or a mixed border. I have seen these quite often in commercial plantings. And so when I see them there, I'm so happy because that really means they are truly a hardy shrub because commercial plantings take a lot more beating and get a lot less attention. So in my area here, they're usually taking a lot of snow from plowing in parking lots, some sand, some salt, and not a lot of watering happens on in commercial gardens. So I'm going to show you a picture of that because I have a pretty photo of them all lined up in a commercial planting, which brings me to the next design idea is a nice little low informal hedge. So it's not something you normally see, but stunning in a mass planting. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. I think I brought you a shrub that is an amazing focal point, tons of seasonal appeal, and just a really pretty all-around beauty. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate all of you all at home. And if you liked our video, please tap like. I hope we'll see you again in some future videos because we have a lot more gardening information coming your way.